Today we have a ton of updates on Terrifier 3, the first image from Leigh Whannell's WOLFMAN, and a new horror comedy from Nick Frost. Now let's get into it. Hey everybody, I'm Killjoy Jake, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. To kick off today's update video, let's talk a bit about Zavalta. Actually, this horror comedy has been retitled to Get Away. That's a bit better. Releasing on December 6th in theaters via IFC Films, Get Away is a new slasher comedy written by and starring Nick Frost. Nick is best known for the Three Flavors Cornetto trilogy, where Simon Pegg and himself get into some supernatural hijinks. All three of those flicks, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and At World's End, are some of my favorite horror comedies, so hopefully this is no different. Yes, also At World's End, don't be crapping on that one. The new film is about Nick Frost and his fictional family going on vacation to a remote island where a serial unaliver is on the loose. Unfortunately for the Smith family, the locals have no interest in helping them survive. Emily Gatto from Shudder details that the film is as bloody as it is hilarious, making me think we'll be in for a film that feels similar to a Cornetto flick. Maybe it'll be the honorary fourth member. I think Paul deserves that medal personally, a crazy underrated comedy. Overall, I'm excited for this one. December is becoming stacked with new horror flicks recently, with Kyle Mooney's Y2K and Robert Eggers' Nosferatu. I can't wait for all of them. There are plenty of fantastic theme parks in Florida, but nothing, not even the Magic Kingdom, comes close to Universal Studios. A hill I will gladly die on is that it's the best theme park in the world due to its incredible attention to detail and variety of attractions. The rides are a blast and the food is even better. Seriously, on that last one, I am craving a burger from the Chocolate Factory right now. Anyways, over by Lombard Seafood Grill, another excellent restaurant, oh my god, the first teaser image for Leigh Whannell's WOLFMAN has been spotted by Inside Universal. We haven't seen much from the Leigh Whannell directed reimagining, but this first image teases a spooky looking house out in the woods. Heckin' scary, dog. Christopher Abbott seems to be playing the titular Man-Wolf, replacing Ryan Gosling, who is still serving as a producer on this one. He would have been great as the Wolfman too, but I guess he's just Knuff as a producer? Is that still funny? If this is anything like Whannell's last Blumhouse reimagining of The Invisible Man, we should be in for something sweet here. Personally, the Elizabeth Moss starring film is one of my favorites from the decade so far. It incites a certain paranoia in me so effectively. The idea of someone ruining your life in an invisible suit is genuinely terrifying. Will Leigh be able to make this concept just as scary? We'll have to find out on January 17th of 2025. After my Terrifier 3 stream last night, I put on a found footage flick that's been getting a lot of buzz lately. It's called Milk and Cereal, and no, not spelled like the breakfast soup that I'm sure a lot of you had this morning, and it comes from the YouTube channel That's a Bad Idea. The low-budget found footage flick was written and directed by Curry Barker, who stars in the film alongside frequent collaborator Cooper Tomlinson. It is a wild ride of a film that goes through a few unexpected twists and turns. Its concept is something I've seen done before in movies like Spree with Joe Keery, but it's the unique performances from Barker and Tomlinson that make this one a must-watch for 2024 horror flicks. The third act especially is depraved and upsetting. There's a part of me that wishes we had seen more blood and guts, as they had one big, ample opportunity for such a scene, but that's not really the point of this one. The film is about a group of friends who run a prank channel on YouTube. Their lives are threatened after a birthday prank goes horribly wrong. Again, there's a lot of found footage films in recent years that feel similar to this, but this film is unique because of its authentic performances and bizarre twists. I think the movie could have been 20 minutes longer personally, and had these fellas utilized the bigger budget, I'm sure they could have taken this concept to greater heights. But for $800, this is crazy impressive. I highly recommend checking it out on their YouTube channel for free after this video. It's a great watch and nearly pokes its head into my top 10 of the year so far. I thoroughly enjoyed it. There haven't been many Scream 7 updates lately, but Twitter seems to be brimming with crazy rumors. I haven't talked about a few of them now because they just seemed laughable to me, but today we have one that I can justify sinking my teeth into. Apparently Hayden Panettiere is in talks to star in some sort of Scream spin-off where Kirby Reed is expected to be the focus. I really dig this after some of the loose ideas in Scream 6 that seem to go nowhere. I love Kirby's evolution as a character, being an FBI agent now who hunts down ghost faces, and I also really dig the modern and Ghostface communicating via some weird gross subreddit. That just feels like such a fresh new pathway for this franchise to go down, and personally, if that were to become a new series or a new spin-off movie, whatever, I'd be over the moon. I might just be more excited about something like that opposed to the back-to-basics Scream 7. Don't get me wrong, I am hyped to see Sidney Prescott come back to the franchise, but I already feel like I know how Scream 7 is going to end. My excitement for that film lies mostly in the potential of a great new Ghostface reveal, which I'm really banking on with that flick. Otherwise, it could be a flop for me. Sidney just barely has one more reason to come back for a new film, so I need to see some suspenseful sequences and a blow-your-mind reveal to be impressed by that one. All the drama from last year doesn't really help this movie's case either. I'm hoping that rumor is true, as this whole idea sounds really inventive. Scream 6 was a big hit for this franchise, playing around with some new ideas, but never going all in on them. Maybe this series or spin-off movie can finally explore those stranger ideas. A lot of Terrifier 3 updates have happened in the past 24 hours, fellas. Where do I even start? After the first poster released Friday night, fans were scouring the internet looking for the first full-length trailer. Terrifier 3 writer-director Damien Leone promised beforehand that the trailer would drop shortly after the poster this month. Many of my sources told me that Monday was going to be the big day, but something else happened last night to the surprise of many fans, including myself. We instead found out that Bloody Disgusting uploaded the trailer to their YouTube channel, where a countdown is currently in motion. The trailer arrives there Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. You already know I'll be live on this page a few hours afterwards at noon EST to talk all about it. Besides that though, we have had a bunch of other sporadic updates that I'd like to cover here. I want to start with a question that popped up on the live stream last night regarding international release dates for the upcoming threequel. Terrifier 3 will be released in Australia on October 10th, a day before we see it here in the States. We even got a new Australian poster that looks very reminiscent of the opening scene from Terrifier 2. I dig. Also, here are the release dates for Terrifier 3 in a bunch of other countries. I'm gonna vamp for a moment so y'all can read this. Anyone else excited to see if Art wipes his feces on any more public bathrooms in this movie? I know I am. Okay, that's enough stalling. On to the next thing! Many folks have been wondering what the controversial opening scene of Terrifier 3 will end up being, and Art the Clown actor David Howard Thornton might have just answered this very hot question. During a recent interview with David Clare Bennett, DHT revealed that the opening scene is a better structured version of the teaser from this past November. We have even seen glimpses of the opening in the most recent teaser trailer that just came out a month ago. Remember all those shots of Chrissy Fox screaming in terror and hiding behind a door where an axe comes barreling through? David Howard Thornton pretty much confirms that this is part of the new opening scene. So Chrissy Fox's character, Jennifer, must be that little girl's mom. Let's just say it's looking grim for both of them. There's definitely something else I could reveal here, but I think I'll let the trailer tomorrow do most of the talking. The other thing I'll say, if you're worried this is going to be too graphic, I believe it'll be done with a bit of taste. Terrifier pushes some boundaries, sure, but it never goes so far to the point that the films are unwatchable. Well, at least for me, they don't. Art the Clown likes to dance on that line, but he never really crosses it, in my opinion. There are way more awful things this guy could do that I'm thankful he doesn't. Terrifier needs to be fun to work, and if it gets too dark, Leone could lose his audience. He knows that. I don't think the scene is going to be what so many think it will be, but I will say, isn't it cool that we have horror movies that are actually frightening people before they release? Is this what the 70s and the 80s felt like? I wouldn't know, but it is cool. I feel like we're living through some important horror history right now, and I'm so excited to see how this new flick affects the state of the genre. Just look at what Terrifier 2 did for indie flicks. We're seeing a lot more of them this year. We also just got this brand new shot of Art the Clown potentially wielding someone's organs. He's excited about it too, that's for sure. There are more pictures that have come out that I want to talk about so bad, trust me, but I believe they're leaks, so I'll be holding them for after the trailer arrives. Some of them spoil certain aspects of the film, and I feel like that would be too far to show in a video. I personally didn't mind seeing them though, because they don't show exactly how something is done, but context clues might be able to get us the rest of the way there. I'm really trying to beat around the bush with this one. Especially considering David Howard Thornton's recent comments on the opening scene, I feel like we have that one figured out with one of the pictures I'm currently looking at. We might talk about these Thursdays after the trailer if they're revealed there. A big if with that one, of course. Before we wrap up today's video, I'd like to ask you all to subscribe to my gaming channel, GullGotha. I casually poop my pants playing horror video games over there, and it always ends up being a big big ol' mess. Go subscribe now and give one of those videos a watch. I'd also like to thank the patrons that support this page. Without all of you, I wouldn't be able to continue making these silly little videos. I'm eternally grateful for your support. Please consider supporting this page by clicking on the Patreon link in the description below or by pressing the join button on my channel. Thank you all again. Which update from today's video was your favorite? Which one had you the most excited? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you all at noon tomorrow to talk about the Terrifier 3 trailer, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.